In Northeast Ohio, the third quarter of 2013 was relatively flat. Retail vacancy across the board was roughly 8.5%. In the Class A markets, vacancy is down to roughly 3%, and as such, we're finally starting to see some new development in Northeast Ohio. This is highlighted on the west side in Westlake by Stark Enterprises Crocker Park, currently 2.5 million square feet. Stark will be adding 1 million square feet that encompasses a 150-room hotel and banquet center, 400,000 square feet of additional retail, restaurants, and shops, and the new headquarters for American Greetings. On the east side of Cleveland, General Growth Properties Beechwood Place Mall has a proposed 77,000 square feet of additional retail. That's 50,000 square feet of shop space and 3 proposed restaurant outparcels for another 15 to 17,000 square feet. A little south of there in Orange Village, Pinecrest, a very ambitious development is proposed that needs to get through referendum zoning, but it would be just under 500,000 square feet of retail, and in phase 2 would be 200 residential units. There to date have been 30 restaurant and retail leases in the CBD have been signed, and 20 plus are planned for 2014.
Retail market did very well again for the third quarter here in 2013. We're beginning to see some renewed interest among big box retailers in Central Ohio, which will be very important going forward. If we're going to see any significant changes in the absorption rate quarter after quarter, it will be these key players having a major impact on that. Costco just recently opened their second Central Ohio location at Easton Town Center as part of the Easton Gateway expansion project. Walmart also opened their newest supercenter, 108,000 square foot store at the Westerville Square Shopping Center. They've also just officially announced their plans to move forward in constructing a new supercenter in Dublin at the old Sawmill Square Shopping Center. Planet Fitness leased 25,000 square feet at Roberts Crossing in Hilliard. Anthropology leased 9,800 square feet, encompassing 2 floors at the Joseph project in Short North. This is a very noteworthy and unique transaction as it brings a great tenant into a market that has usually been boutique related. We've also had some new tenants in the market come in as well. McAllister's Deli has just leased their first location at the old Sawmill Square Shopping Center where the Walmart development is going on. And Hopper House has also looked at a number of locations here in Columbus, and it's perceived that they'll open their location here at the Grandview Yard development.
Restaurant tenants are still very active here in Cincinnati, and in addition to your typical restaurant players in the market, we also see a lot of activity from local startups and also new-to-market concepts, which is pretty exciting to see. So with restaurant users, we also have the popular trend of medical tenants taking retail space. It's still very popular here in Cincinnati, but I think in addition to medical tenants, we also have activity from creative firms such as technology, graphic design, marketing firms. Those guys are out there looking for unique spaces in the market, and that can happen in retail.
Retail activity in the greater Dayton market is being dominated by 2 new retail developments. The first is the Austin Landing development, where Kroger and the new TJ Maxx and HomeGoods stores have opened, along with BJ's Brew House and Panera Bread, with more retailers to come, including Jack's Pets, Dodds Cameras, and a new Five Guys hamburgers. Another area of activity is Ober's new Cornerstone at Centerville development at the intersection of I-675 and Wilmington Pike. Recently announced is a new Costco superstore, which will probably be the one and only Costco in the greater Dayton market. It's also rumored that Kroger will develop a new Super Kroger store in that development and close their existing store at the intersection of Alex Bell Road and Wilmington Pike. Additional leasing in the greater Dayton market is dominated by new casual fast food users, including Piata, who is opening in Centerville and just announced that they will also be opening a location in Kettering, and Firehouse Subs also opening in Centerville and rumored to be also opening in the Beaver Creek area. There's also a rumor that Furniture Fair out of Cincinnati will be leasing the former Cub Foods 50,000 square foot store on Route 741 in the Dayton Mall area.
Ohio is in good shape compared to other Midwestern markets across the U.S., and we expect an increase in employment moving into 2014. The retail market in Ohio had a good quarter, but it wasn't as strong as the previous two. It appears that caution is starting to set in as the consumers react to the dilemma in Washington. In all markets across the state, we saw about 190,000 square feet of positive absorption. Cincinnati, Dayton, and Cleveland were relatively flat in terms of net absorption, and Columbus helped pick up the slack and posted over 163,000 square feet. The overall retail vacancy rate across the state sits at 8.8%, the same level as last quarter. The retail market should remain strong as retail sales remain strong and consumer spending continues to increase.